Welcome to the third episode of our podcast. Today I'm joined by David Jordan, a Belgian souvenir who came to Ostrava almost 15 years ago and started his own business. It is called La Petite Conversation and it's known in Ostrava as La Peco. So if you're ready to dust off your French skills, listen along. This is Expat Episodes, when new stories begin. I'm Martin, your host, and I'll be guiding you through the stories of expats in the Czech Republic. Hello, David. Thank you for joining me today for our podcast episode. So I'd like to start maybe with a clarification because I called you a souvenir from Belgium. So could you please explain that?
Of course. Thank you for the invitation. Nice to meet you. My story is a little bit interesting. One friend asked me if I have some accommodation for two Czech girls from Erasmus because they didn't have place in Lutych in Liège in this moment. So I said, oh, why not? I needed money. So I say, okay, let's go. I make a special room for two girls. And thanks Eliška and Veronika, they are living in this time with me. They introduced me to Martina. So I fall in love to Martina, it's true. After 3 months, we decided to live in the same flat in Liège. So I had 3 Czech girls in my flat. It looks like really fantastic. It was really fantastic for me because it was for me an Erasmus in my country, in Liège.
Wait, so how old were you then?
Then?
Yeah, how
24.
old were you? 24. Oh, yeah, so it was like your Erasmus dream, right?
Yes, exactly. I wanted all my life to have some Erasmus, so it was this time. But when she must go home, Martina, to Czech, she asked me if I want to go with her. And I said, why not? I will try. So I asked my boss if I can go. If it's not working in Czech, can I come back and I have my job? He said, yes, no problem. But I'm already here 14 years and I'm the souvenir.
14 years. That's a long time.
15, yeah. In July it will be 15.
What did you leave behind in Belgium? Like what did you do?
My studies in Liège, it was a sport teacher for kids. I have a specialization in the psychomotricité. It's like for small kids from 3 years old. It's true this moment there is no place for teacher in the school. So I decided to work in the fitness center, Evolution 22. So I say hello to my ex-boss, Philippe. Thanks for the opportunity to go to Czech Republic. And after I decided to stay in the fitness, the trainer, it was really small fitness, really good to be perfect client. So I decided to stop teacher for kids and then continue the fitness. But I was working this moment in ice cream bar in Lamborghese, in Italian ice cream in a small town, Visé, from my 16. So I make some combination between two works, and after I continue in Ostrava.
And is this where you found your passion in gastronomy?
Yes, it's true that when I arrived in Ostrava, I start to work like a sport teacher, like groups lessons in Sareza in Poruba. I make like 4 or 5 hours every week. It was great. I was a teacher of French too in Vitkovice, because I needed to introduce myself in Ostrava. I didn't want to make only sleeping party. It was true that it was really interesting to make this. And after I said, okay, what I will do now? Opening a fitness center is not possible because I don't have too much money. So I say, oh, there is maybe no places to eat some baguettes, some salad, some panini. In this moment, it was 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, we didn't have here in Ostrava so much gastronomy place. It's better and better. It's true and it's good now. But in this moment, it was only hospoda, menu, 65, 70 crowns for soup and plate, but really difficult things to eat, already for lunch. So I say, okay, let's go to try to open something small. We will see.
What was the process like? Because you came here from Belgium, you didn't know Czech language. You came like to Ostrava City Authority and you were like, I want to start a business. So what did they tell you?
It's good for me. I have the lucky to have my girlfriend, the family of my girlfriends. Not only my girlfriend, the mother of my girlfriend, my sister-in-law, the babička of my girlfriend, the grandmother, grandfather. Everybody wanted to help me. So it's a really good point when you are not speaking Czech, and already I didn't speak in this moment English. Now my English is better. It's not perfect. Sorry for this. I speak like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and sometimes I will use French words or Czech words. Ask you, but now it's
I'm
okay.
here for you.
Thank you. You need the language. You need to make a lot of papers. Thanks Vladimir, my brother-in-law. He helped me a lot because my wife was working, studying. She had a lot of things. She helped me too. But my brother-in-law was
Firefighter, yeah.
Sorry. And he had more time to help me. So we decided to start bureaucracy, we say in French, bureaucratie. In English, it's
the same, yeah.
It's
bureaucracy, yeah.
very complicated. But I had the lucky too that I was working in the ice cream bar in Belgium like more than 6 years.
Okay.
So I asked my ex-boss to make me the official paper that I was working there. So thanks this paper, I can already translate in Czech language and continue the process to try to open the place. You need to find the place too. Mm-hmm. It was not so easy. And the beginning of my story with La Petite Conversation was really crazy. But it was better and better and better. So I decided to try to speak Czech too. And for the language, the grandmother, the babička of my wife, was the best teacher in the world. Because, she's not speaking English, no French, no words. So let's go only with emotion, with communication, with Deda, with the grandfather. We were in the cottage in Nutrisco Solanets, in the swimming pool in the summer, drinking beer. And he said, okay, pivot. And I was writing already the word. Because information, I didn't know before that I arrived in Czech, I didn't know that I can learn languages. Mm-hmm. All my teachers said you are bad in languages because they didn't know that I'm visual. I need to. You can
like
say
a visual learner. Mm-hmm.
You can say 10 times the same words. If I will not have writing, I will not remember. So this I think is really important for the teacher, English teacher, for example, to help the student to find how is because the language is great. When you speak more language, the communication with people everything is better. And Czech people 15 years ago, they already didn't speak too much English.
Definitely.
For example, in Nadraží, in the train station, you ask tickets, you want to go somewhere, so you need to find some word, and we didn't have, I speak like an old guy, we didn't have telephone, like intelligent telephone, to say, okay, wait, I will go to translator. No. It was like, try, speak with people, communication. It's for this that I know, I speak a lot about this. Mm-hmm. Communication is really, really important. Communication with your clients, communication with your family, with your friends, and not only put your headphone and just working. I know that everybody do this now, but I think it's better to ask your way than that look on your phone, because you have everything. But we are not communicating too much.
Like try and interact with people, and that was maybe the idea behind La Petite Conversation, right?
Yes.
Tell me more about the name, or about you wanting to converse with people.
I opened a restaurant in December 2010. In the beginning of this year, I said, okay, let's go to do something. I will find some place, I will find some project, I will do this. I believe on me. I believe on possibility of Ostrava to accept, because there is accept, but to working in this place. So I said this to my sister-in-law. She speaking French, and I say her, I would like to do this. It's a good idea, sandwich and pani. And she said, oh yes, it's a great idea, bonne idée. A great idea in French, bonne idée. Let's go to do this. And before that, I go for holidays to Belgium to my family by car with my girlfriends, just my girlfriend because I didn't have kids in this moment. She gave me this small comics, and it's the first time that I show this in some podcast or on television. It's not television, but it's a comics, and the name is La Petite Conversation dans la sandwicherie. Because in Belgium, you know, we have a lot of sandwicherie, a lot of place. This baguetterie. It's a lot of place when you go for sandwich. People think that sandwich it's like the triangle. It's like this thing, but it's in Belgium is not. It's a baguette with inside some food, of course. But the sandwicherie in Belgium, you have different 25, 30 different sandwich. And I said, I will make some sandwich. I will make some panini, like in Belgium, that we can take away. They can eat on. Okay, she said, and she make this. It's the rencontrer Zazie and David. It's already the story about one client and me. I say, hello, how are you? Do you want something? Okay, and from this we say, okay, we leave La Petite Conversation. And it's true that now we say La Peco because it's smaller, easier for marketing. It's easier too. La Peco. Czech sometimes say La Pezzo because the say it's La Peco. Some people word with a K, but it's La Peco. It's
yeah, it doesn't matter.
The more important that people will going to the sandwichery. And the beginning, no social media.
Yeah.
No Facebook, no Instagram, nothing.
So it was the word of mouth and recommendations from people.
Exactly. Only this. I was there from 7 in the morning till 8 in the evening.
Wow.
But working from 5 till 9. And it's true that some people said me now, you are not all the time in La Peco. Why? Before you was there more. But I need to have a normal life. It's not possible to work 15 hours a day. It's possible, but I don't want to be kaput when I will have 50 or now. So La Petite Conversation, it's a story. La Petite Conversation opened 10th of December 2010. This year we will make a big party and we will have 14 years old.
Okay, can you tell me more about the party?
No, this party. No, it's not this party. This party, it's in a long time. It's in 8 months. You want the other party? Do you want to know what the party I make?
Yeah, sure. Because I saw something on your social media in April, right? So
yes.
Can you tell me more about it?
13 of April, we make a Spanish evening in Dolny Oblast. We are already now in Dolny Oblast. It's a great place to make something bigger. Because in La Peco, we make some events, a lot of events, maybe 2, 3, 4 every month. Sometimes it's gastronomic, sometimes it's some live music. I love the culture. I love the combination between culture and food and gastronomy. And I am a guy that love trying something new experience. I was making like something television, the radio. In La Peco, I'm making a lot of things. But now I say, okay, let's go to try something for 300 people in Dolny Oblast. I say, let's go to try something. People need fiesta, need party. We need like the sun. It's the winter. We know everybody that it's not easy. But this winter is really amazing. It's really hot. But some winter we had like -10, -20. No, it's a joke. Sometimes yes, but a lot of snow and the foreigners. Like for example, you are speaking with a lot of foreigners, and they are like, what is it? Oh, let's go to to May, June, the summer. But the summer can be already in, now it will be in April. So we make a party, we will have like a concert, we'll have flamenco, we'll have perfect food, paella, some tapas. So it will be already great. It will be at 5 till the morning. So I invite everybody to see the concept. It's Ole Fest. And it will be a brand. I will make this maybe more time.
Where do you draw inspiration for your dishes, or can you tell me more about the concept of La Petite Conversation? Like, do you try to stick to your Belgian roots, or do you explore the cuisine all around the world?
When we started in the beginning, 2010, we had panini, sandwich, salad, finish. Okay, something, some dessert, something like this, some coffee, some wine, some beer. After I decide to try something new, I have one soup, a second soup. I try to make some vegetarian. I make a menu, a second menu vegetarian, and make like a mix. All the time, I think it is very important to know that I try to make some evolution, not only for me, but evolution for the client, because my clients, they are amazing. Without my clients, I'm not here. I have an amazing team. Without my team, I'm not here. Yeah? So we try to make some evolution, and we are now somewhere. I think the way that I'm really happy that we are like this. We have Belgian dishes. We have the signature dishes. It's a boulet frites, meatballs with Belgian fries. We have Belgian fries. We have Belgian waffles. Every month we make moule frites. It's mussels with Belgian fries. It's every month. So this is, we have our moelle au chocolat, the soufflé au chocolat is back now because I stopped this like 6 months already. But behind this, I have a new chef cook. It's not new because already new. She's with me already 2 years. Clara, I say hello to Clara. I needed my team help me with the idea. And now my chef cook make a fusion food, fusion gastronomie, and we change every week 3 different plates, every month 3 different plates, plat de saison, plat de la semaine, and
like seasonal, you mean?
Season, yes, okay. Yes. And we try to give some emotion to people, and I think this is working. So you can come in La Peco, see that boulet frites 3 times a week or every week because you love this. I have some clients like this. They are in my place every week or every 2 weeks. They have meatballs. You want to try this? No. So it's good. And behind this, you have the client. They say, "Oh, it's beautiful. You change every week, and this next week I will try the fish. I will try the meat or the vegetable." Because 3 years ago, we decided to promote eat the vegetarian food. Vegan, who is vegan, can come in my place and say, I would like something vegan, we will make this.
Perfect.
Okay? Or without gluten, we will make this. We can change. Okay, we'll ask. It's for this that we need the communication. So the idea now is true, it's more my chef cook. They put the idea, I control, I say, yeah, it's great. Oh, I would like this. Or next month you can make bœuf bourguignon, it's French. Or next month you can make this. And she said, yes,
so
let's go.
How big is your team then?
We are together 15 now, because I think that a lot of people, they will see the waiters, people in the kitchen, but in this team there is my wife, there is Barcha, making the marketing, making the social media.
And what's your role then?
My role is to be there and to control everything. Now that 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know, I was there all the time, like waiters in the kitchen. I was all the time in the kitchen to help. But now it's true, I'm 40, 2 kids, family, and don't have all this energy. I have a lot of energy, But now I am more manager, it's true, because when you have 15 people, it's not only to say, let's go, you will work today from, no, you need to pay these people, to make a good communication between people. I need that my employees will be happy. This is for me really important because I don't want that people will say, oh, David is really, okay, it happened because I will be sometimes angry. They are not doing the work that I want. So we are 15. You have people cleaning. You have people in the cleaning the dishwashers. So we have 15, and they.
So can you tell me about your experience starting a business? Because you didn't have any experience with running a business on your own, and you told me that you basically did everything, right? You helped in the kitchen, you were at the front of the house. Do you have any tips for entrepreneurs starting their business?
First, you must to believe on your project. Yeah, you must say, okay, I will do this. I believe that I am able to do this. And not to say, maybe I will not. Yeah, it's confidence. Confidence. This is first important. After, when you open something, I think we must be there. We must be there. We speak about the papers and about this. I think that in gastronomy is not so easy, but it's possible. You need, if you are foreigners and you don't speak Czech, of course you need somebody behind you speaking Czech and going with you to the bureaucracy to ask and protege. It takes time too. It's not only you are there, give me this paper. No, you must. Bureaucracy is not in Czech Republic. This is slow. It's everywhere.
Besides, I would like to add that with this type of trade license, you need to prove your professional competence. So it's either experience. In your time, it was experience. Or education in the field. And if you don't have that, you can basically have a person vouch for you. So I would just like to add that.
Exactly. So I had the experience. My education, formation, I had this in my life in the restaurant. So in La Peco, in La Petite Conversation, I learned a lot of things. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning. It's true that 15 years ago, if you make some mistake, it was not like the social medias weren't there. So it was not like this crazy guy, why he made. So now, of course, I think it's more complicated that you must be sure that everything is not perfect because every people have different tastes, every people have different emotion. This Ostrava, for example, needs everything. You don't need only Belgian guy. He needs Italian restaurant, hospoda. He needs everything. It's really important to say that there is no concurrence. Don't say
competition. Yeah.
What you need, when I started La Peco, is very important. I make a financial project. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't make this. A financial project, you say, if I want to have some money, I don't want to be minus, I need to sell 10 baguettes every day, 10 croissants, 10 coffee. Yeah, and I made this. One friend from Belgium helped me for this. And I was in Belgium like 2 times only to make this financial project. This is very important. Because some people say, okay, I will take 500,000 kron, I will open this, and we will see. No, it's not good. It's not good. You know, in gastronomy there is maybe, I don't know exactly how many percent, but there is if there is 8, 10 restaurant opening, there is maybe 4, 5, 3 closing. It's not exactly this number. Attention, Mm-hmm. It's just to say that it's not like this. Mm-hmm. It's not for everybody. I don't know. I say my concentration is on gastronomy now, and culture too. I try to make some combination. In La Peco, we have a new sound system because I love live music. But this combination is to have better food, better music. So I think that confidence, paper, language, of course, you need to speak Czech, and people like when you try to speak Czech. The Czech people like this.
Do you know any other languages besides Czech? Because I can imagine it can be really hard for you to learn Czech, especially you're coming from Belgium, where the official language is like Flemish, German, and French.
Yes.
So,
But my first language after French in Belgium was Flemish. It's like it looks like German. Okay, spreek een beetje Nederlands, alles good. Now it's already possible for me to understand this language, to speak a little bit, but it's not my priority. My priority was really Czech language. My English is better than 15 years ago. I hope that everybody understands what I say. And now I try to speak Spanish, it's true. I love the Spanish cultura and it's easier for me to speak Spanish than that another language because it's more similar. See? Similar.
So you were to vacation in Spain, right? And
Yes.
you're also starting a Spanish cuisine and culture related event. So it's basically interlinked together, right? Your will to learn the language and your fascination with the culture.
Yeah, I was in Spain like maybe 4 or 5 times all the time. I love to sharing food. I love the tapas. I love to have more plate and to eat maybe more than 10, 15 minutes. Because it's true in Czech, you have your food and you eat your food and finish and bye-bye. Yeah, the tapas. I had beautiful emotion too in Crete. My friend Nikos invited me in his place in Crete, and in Crete it's the same. It's already, you go there and it shows more plate and everybody eat everywhere. So happy for this too. And my friends Adam from Spain invite me in his place too to try his food. Something already different that you can see when you are only tourist, because it's true that you go to holiday, you go to tourist place, paella. But better food sometimes is better emotion, better sharing. So I am really happy for all this experience. And Belgian food is good too. The Czech food is good too.
Do you have like any especially favorite meals or dishes or foods?
Okay, all the time. Before I said all the time, Italian food. I love Italian food because I love pasta. Really, really love it. But it's true that pasta, you have your pasta. Now I am more like on tapas, some already croquetas, some. And the paella is the same. You can have a paella for more people, and you can share. You can have more. You understand? This is for me. So I am more in this country. There is more sharing food. I was in Nepal, and the food in Nepal was great. In Sri Lanka was great. Everywhere is great.
So you travel a lot.
Yeah, already not too much now because I have kids. It's like we travel with kids now. We try, but before it's true. When I arrived in Czech after 2-3 years, I was working too much. I say my wife, let's go to try something different. And my wife was in Nepal 3 months, like a volunteer teacher, English volunteer teacher, 3 months. So I had the opportunity to go there with her like 3 weeks, and to try and to sit on the floor and to eat on the floor with hand. And everywhere here we need to, everything must be perfect. Understand? This is the cultura, but new emotion is really important. Communication, emotion, smile.
How hard was it for your business to survive during the COVID times?
You know what? The first wave in 2020. It was really complicated for us, more because we opened a new restaurant. Now we are in Tiršova, in a biggest place. Not too much biggest, but more places, more opportunity. After 4 months, they say close. 4 months, you invest money, you say, okay, everything will be great, but it was not great. But the first 2-3 months, I enjoyed in the cottage with my wife.
Yeah, so you got your
And my son.
vacation.
Yeah, but I say, okay, it will be only 2-3 months, but it was, everybody knows that it was more long. And the second wave was maybe the more worst, because already you don't have reserve. I have no big company to invest in my restaurant, so it's family business. So I So it was really complicated, but
Yeah.
try to, we say in French, sortir la tête, garder la tête hors de l'eau. It's to stay your head out of the water. I don't know if it exists in English or not. So it was complicated, but we are here. So thanks everybody.
Davide, we are nearing the end of our episode, unfortunately. I would love to learn more about Lapeco and your life, but there's a 5 questions for our quick pick rubric. So I'd like to ask you,
Let's go.
how do you keep your cultural roots alive?
2 things. Belgium beers. So sometimes I take a Belgian beer. I love Czech beers. I love Plzeň, for example. Good publicity for Plzeň. And second, it's the comics data, Tintin, because I have all data at home. And with my son Tobias, we are reading this already every 2 days.
Perfect. So if your time in Ostrava or the Moravian Silesian region was a movie or a song, which one would it be?
Song, Happy, from
'Cause I'm
happy. Yeah, because it's a song that gives you a lot of, I think, emotion, and we must be happy. If you're not happy, move from here.
Exactly. Like your energy is contagious. Like I can feel it, and it's really nice talking to you. What makes you want to call Ostrava your home?
First, my family, my friends, all my friends, and my job. Because without la petite conversation, I'm not here. And my clients, all my clients, when we had the COVID time, without my clients, I'm closed now. So thanks for this.
What is your special hidden gem in Ostrava?
The cottage.
Okay, your cottage. Where is it?
It's in Hutisko Solanec. It's the cottage of the family of my wife. We try to move there. It's a typical, it's a cultura of Czech.
Yeah, it
a lot
is.
of people move in the weekend. Sometimes it's not positive for the business because people are not here in the weekend. But when we have the opportunity, we go there and just breathe, big breeze, and odpočívat, prostě have a rest and came back to Ostrava working and making good things.
That's important. And what if I wanted to go to Belgium? Do you have any tips for me?
Bruges. Bruges, it's already the small Venezia. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Liège, my city, Liège, is not already my city, but Liège is more industrial city, like Ostrava already. There is beautiful things, beautiful people. But if you go to see something and to enjoy some emotion, more emotion, like Bruges is good.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you too.
joining me today. I really appreciate you. I had a really good time, and it was really nice meeting you, David. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Take care. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This podcast is proudly brought to you by Ostrava Expat Center with the media partnership from magazine Patrio.